Marcus found an old leather wallet under a bench at the bus station. No money, no ID, just one photo of a woman, smiling. But when he turned the photo over, the name on the back made his hands go numb. It was his mother. Except she died over 25 years ago, or so he thought. Marcus Jones was used to routine: wake up at 5:30, coffee, pack his lunch, catch the 6:20 a.m. bus downtown, same stop, same seat, same silence. He wasn't the kind of man who expected surprises. Life had knocked most of the wonder out of him a long time ago. He lived alone, worked in inventory at a warehouse, and kept mostly to himself. That Wednesday morning, rain was falling in sheets. The station was almost empty. He took his usual seat, second bench from the left. But when he leaned down to adjust his umbrella, he saw something underneath. A wallet. Worn, cracked leather, looked decades old. He opened it carefully. No cash, no credit cards, just a single photograph. A black and white Polaroid, faded with time. A woman in a floral dress standing near a tree. She was smiling, not a pose smile, but something deeper, like she was laughing just before the camera snapped. The kind of smile people don't fake. Marcus felt something strange stir in his chest. He turned the photo over. There, in faded blue ink, was a name. Not just any name. Lena Jones, 1989. Marcus's breath caught in his throat. His mother's name, but she died in a house fire when he was just 2 years old. Or at least, that's what he'd been told. Marcus spent the rest of the day distracted. He stared at the photo during lunch, held it between his fingers on the ride home. Something about it, the tilt of her head, the necklace she wore, all of it was familiar. That night he pulled out the old family box from the closet. Dusty albums, yellowed documents. There she was again. Lena, same necklace, same dimpled smile. But nothing else added up. There was no death certificate, no funeral photos, just one newspaper clipping. Local woman feared dead in house fire, infant son survives. No follow-up article, no confirmation. Marcus realized something, and all this time he had believed a story that had no proof. The next morning, Marcus went to the county records office. He searched for Lena Jones in death certificates. Nothing. He searched for hospital admissions from the fire that night. There was an unnamed woman with burn injuries, admitted, treated, and discharged. He followed that lead to an old rehabilitation center. Closed down. But a dusty archive box still remained. In it he found a patient profile, no photo but a name. Lena H., last known address, a women's shelter in another town 2 hours away. Marcus took the bus that same afternoon. Something in his chest said, "You have to know." The shelter was small, quiet. He showed the photo to the director. She squinted, then her face changed. You're her son, aren't you?" Marcus couldn't speak. His heart pounded like thunder. The director took a deep breath. "She never stopped talking about you. Said she couldn't face what happened. that she wasn't strong enough to raise you after the fire, so she let your aunt take you and disappeared. He sat down slowly. It was all too much, but the director handed him a small envelope. She passed 2 years ago, but she left this behind, said maybe one day you'd come. Inside was a letter in shaky handwriting. I've watched you from far away. I never stopped loving you. I hope someday you forgive me. Love, Mom. Marcus rode home with tears streaking down his face. For 30 years he thought he'd been abandoned. But in truth his mother had tried, in the only broken, painful way she knew. He framed the photo, and on weekends he volunteered at that shelter quietly, anonymously, until one day he started telling his story. And the wallet? He kept it in his drawer, not for the leather, but for the path it led him down. A life he'd never known was still waiting for him. Sometimes the truth hides in the most ordinary places. A drawer, a bus station, a forgotten photo. But when it finds you, it rewrites everything. If this story moved you, share it. Someone out there might still be waiting to find their missing piece.